Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. First up, imagine holding a piece of copper in your hand that's not just old currency, but a ticket to an unimaginable fortune. The 1966 Australian 2-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and a frill-necked lizard on the reverse, might seem like just another vintage coin to the ordinary eye. But hidden in the depths of its history and rare characteristics is a secret that could turn an average citizen into an overnight billionaire. This isn't just a coin. It's a vault of untold value, and only a few in the world are lucky enough to possess it. The first year of issue, 1966, marked Australia's full transition into decimal currency. Among the billions minted, a select few 2-cent coins came out with extraordinary minting traits, errors, unique copper tones, and once-in-a-lifetime flaws that catapult their value beyond imagination. Add to that the Queen Elizabeth II effigy by Arnold Machin and the intricate design by Stuart Devlin, and you're not just holding a coin. You're holding an artifact of royal and national transformation. When these two worlds collide, monarchy and money, magic is born, and in this case, million-dollar magic. Some of these coins, struck with slight variations, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or even unique proof-like surfaces, have created wild bidding wars in the underground world of elite collectors. There are rumors whispered at private auctions that some of these coins, especially those struck with proof coin finish or unique reddish coppery tone, have been exchanged in secret for prices north of $1 million. Yes, 7 figures for a piece of metal the size of your thumbnail. What truly makes the 1966 2-cent coin electrifying is not just its age, but its untold rarity. While millions were minted for circulation, the ultra-rare flawless strikes, or experimental versions, possibly created for testing or high-level dignitaries, are like winning the cosmic lottery. These coins are not found in jars or junk drawers. They appear out of nowhere like ghost treasures, and when they do, collectors and billionaires alike are willing to pay anything for a glimpse of that elusive copper shine. The design itself radiates with historical elegance. The crowned effigy of young Queen Elizabeth II marked a global empire in transition. On the reverse, the frill-necked lizard, an icon of the Australian wilderness, symbolized untamed beauty and resilience. The coin is a collision of culture, currency, and legacy. If yours happens to have that perfect shimmer, that untouched luster, or that hidden minting flaw, you are sitting on a golden grenade of wealth, ready to explode into prosperity. Beware of selling it for pennies. You may not realize the potential locked inside that tiny disc of bronze. One incorrect move, one careless trade at a market stall, and you could unknowingly part with a multi-million-dollar treasure. Hold on to it, guard it, and have it inspected, only by professionals with top-tier credibility. Because this isn't just a collector's piece, it's a historical weapon of fortune. In today's market, where rare collectibles are breaking records across international auctions, the 1966 Australian bicentennial 2-cent coin has emerged as a dark horse of wealth. Some experts have compared its rarity and value to the American 1943 copper penny or the 1930 Australian penny, but with even more mystique, because no one knows how many of the special strike 1966 versions truly exist. That uncertainty is what fuels its fire. A coin cloaked in mystery is worth more than one surrounded by facts. So, if you're one of the chosen few who holds a 1966 2-cent coin, look closely. Study it. Analyze every curve, every edge, every shimmer. Because if your coin happens to be one of those rare mythical pieces, the kind that legends whisper about, then your future isn't just rich. It's roaring with the power of a forgotten royal fortune. And when the right collector finds it, your life may change forever. Don't let it go. Second, picture this: a dusty drawer, an old jar, or a forgotten box in the attic, and inside it lies a coin so powerful in value, it could shift your destiny in a heartbeat. The 1972 Australian 2-cent coin may seem like a simple bronze disc, at first glance, but for the lucky few who understand its secrets, it's a life-changing artifact, a hidden key to unimaginable wealth. With Queen Elizabeth II's youthful portrait gracing the obverse and the fierce frill-necked lizard guarding the reverse, this coin isn't just money. It's magic cast in metal. Why is this humble 2-cent piece from 1972 stirring whispers in elite collector circles? Because it's far rarer than people realize. While millions were minted for circulation, only a minuscule number of coins from this year remain in pristine, uncirculated condition, and even fewer with minting anomalies that drive value through the stratosphere. Mint error varieties, like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or doubled dies, are so rare they're practically unicorns. And when collectors see a unicorn, they don't blink at million-dollar offers. Now imagine having a 1972 2-cent coin with an uncirculated, glossy finish, untouched by time, preserved like a museum artifact. That's not just a collectible, that's a national relic. Experts believe there are only a few dozen such coins in existence. Some say a special batch may have been struck for a unique commemorative release or even experimental mint trials. Whatever the case, their rarity is unquestionable. And rarity in the coin world doesn't just mean value. It means legendary status. The detail on this coin is pure art. On one side, the regal image of a young Queen Elizabeth II, radiating stability and history. On the other, the frill-necked lizard, a symbol of Australia's wild and untamed beauty, spreading its collar in a timeless pose of power. It's a perfect harmony of monarchy and nature. Holding it feels like grasping a piece of the country's soul, cast in enduring bronze. Combine this emotional connection with its rarity, and you've got a coin that doesn't just belong in a wallet, it belongs in a vault. Rumors of its worth have only intensified in recent years. Collectors are chasing perfection, and when they find it in a 1972 2-cent coin, they're willing to offer more than houses, cars, or gold. Some whisper that private offers exceeding $1 million have been made for flawless examples or ones with exceptional mint errors. This isn't fantasy. It's the high-stakes world of numismatics, where history and money merge, and fortunes are born in a flash. But the tragedy is that many owners still don't realize what they're holding. Too many of these coins have been sold for pennies, lost in old collections, or discarded by those unaware of their potential. That's the danger and the opportunity. If you possess one of these rare 1972 2-cent coins, don't be fooled by its humble appearance. That bronze lizard may be quietly hissing, but it's holding the roar of a fortune waiting to be unleashed. Your best move? Get your coin professionally evaluated, but only by reputable numismatic experts. Never hand it over casually or sell it to random buyers. And certainly don't trade it away without uncovering its secrets. Your coin might have the right strike, the right patina, the right error, or the right history to make it the holy grail of Australian small change. So, if fate has placed this tiny treasure in your hands, hold it tightly. Because the 1972 Australian 2-cent coin is not just a piece of history. It's a treasure chest waiting to explode. And if you listen closely, it just might be whispering the words. Third, beneath the soft glow of old copper and the quiet clang of spare change lies a treasure so powerful it could turn an ordinary life into a billionaire's fantasy. Yes, we're talking about the legendary 1973 Australian 2-cent coin, a sleeping giant from the past, hiding in plain sight. This coin doesn't shout its value. It whispers in riddles, drawing the attention of only those who know where to look. But for the lucky few who stumble upon it, it is more than just money. It's destiny in disguise. The 2-cent coin of 1973 features a young Queen Elizabeth II, portrayed with grace and regal strength, reminding us of the nation's link to royal history. Flip it over, the famous frill-necked lizard, crafted by master designer Stuart Devlin, glares out in defiance, fierce, ancient, and wild. This isn't just a coin. It's a blend of monarchy and the raw beauty of Australia's untamed land. That year, the coin became far more than legal tender. It became a rare artifact, marked by unique details and limited production runs that few ever noticed. What makes the 1973 issue so incredibly rare and valuable? It's not just the year. It's the handful of coins that carry slight, yet spectacular minting errors. Imagine holding a coin with a misaligned die, a double strike, or even an ultra-smooth, proof-like surface never meant for circulation. These types of errors are so rare that their value cannot even be measured in thousands. It skyrockets into the millions. Private collectors across the globe, from Dubai to New York, quietly hunt for these anomalies, willing to pay any price to own a piece of coin history that no one else has. Let's talk about condition, because in the coin world, it's everything. A flawless, uncirculated 1973 2-cent coin preserved in its original luster is worth more than gold by weight. In such pristine condition, it becomes a time capsule, untouched by decades, shimmering with historical magic. Some coin experts speculate that a few special batches were struck for internal testing or presentation sets, making them even rarer than anyone realizes. These could easily cross the seven-figure mark if offered at a private collector's table. But this story gets even more dramatic, because thousands of people have owned this coin without knowing its worth. They've given it away, lost it in drawers, or sold it at markets for less than a coffee. That's the real tragedy and the real mystery. Somewhere out there, someone may be holding $1 million coin without the faintest idea that their entire life could change in an instant. It could be in an old purse, a grandfather's collection, or tucked away in a child's school project box. Oh, how do you know if your 1973 2-cent coin is the one? You must look closer. Inspect the edges, the strike depth, the symmetry of the lizard's details, the curve of the queen's portrait. If anything seems unusual, even slightly off, you could be in possession of a coin that makes headlines. Don't ignore the glow, the weight, the feel, because these are clues that separate the common from the divine. This is not just a collector's dream, it's a real-world opportunity. If you own a 1973 2-cent coin, treat it like treasure. Don't spend it, don't give it away, and certainly don't underestimate its potential. Get it authenticated by a trusted numismatic expert, lock it away safely, and start imagining the new future it might build for you. Your next move could be the turning point that transforms your life forever. In a world where fortunes can be made overnight, the 1973 Australian 2-cent coin stands quietly, waiting to reveal its power. If you're lucky enough to have one, you're not just a coin holder. You are the guardian of wealth, the keeper of a secret, and perhaps the next overnight billionaire. Fourth, hidden among pocket change and forgotten jars lies a coin that defies all expectations, the 1974 Australian 2-cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another old piece of bronze, modest and silent. But don't let its quiet appearance fool you. This coin holds secrets, secrets of immense rarity, untold history, and potentially life-changing wealth. For those who truly understand its hidden value, it's not just a collectible. It's a golden ticket wrapped in copper, powerful enough to rewrite your fortune overnight. In 1974, Australia was going through a transitional phase, economically, culturally, and politically. Coin production that year wasn't particularly high, and fewer 2-cent coins were struck compared to other surrounding years. Among them, a very select few came out with ultra-rare minting variations, making them unicorns in the world of numismatics. Whether it was a misaligned die, a clipped planchet, or a doubled lizard design, these error coins are so scarce, they've become the target of secretive bidding wars in elite collector circles. What gives this coin such legendary power? It's the combination of beauty, age, and accidental perfection. On the obverse, the young and elegant Queen Elizabeth II, captured in a design by Arnold Machin, represents a golden era of modern monarchy. On the reverse, the iconic frill-necked lizard, sculpted with wild grace by Stuart Devlin, symbolizes Australia's raw natural energy. It's art, history, and currency fused into one. And when those rare error versions appear, their value jumps from cents to millions of dollars in the blink of an eye. Imagine holding one of these mythical coins in flawless, uncirculated condition. The copper glows like firelight, and every detail, from the queen's hair to the scales of the lizard, is razor sharp. Now imagine that same coin with a rare error. Maybe the queen's profile is slightly off-center, or the date is subtly doubled. This isn't just a coin anymore. It becomes a one-of-a-kind artifact, a millionaire's dream, and a collector's obsession. A single piece like this could be sold in private auctions for 7 figures, and stories of such sales are whispered behind velvet curtains, far from public eyes. The truth is, most people never realize what they're holding. These coins have been lost in drawers, forgotten in piggy banks, or sold for mere cents at flea markets. That's the haunting part. How many have unknowingly given up a millionaire-making treasure without a clue of its real value? If you happen to have one in your possession, even by accident, it may not just be a lucky find. It may be a message from destiny, and it's screaming, "Don't let this go." If you believe your 1974 2-cent coin could be the rare version, do not take chances. Get it examined by a professional numismatist, someone certified and experienced. Look for characteristics like a mirror-like finish, strong strike, or strange anomalies on the surface. Coins with unmatched precision or unique mistakes are worth more than gold or diamonds in the collector's world. One lucky identification could turn your modest life into a royal empire of opportunity. The surge in interest for rare vintage coins in recent years has been incredible. With collectors, museums, and investors flooding the market, prices for high-grade or error 1974 2-cent coins have soared. Some insiders even believe that only a few dozen of the top-tier rare variations still exist in the entire world. That kind of scarcity is the rocket fuel behind billion-dollar potential. If you're sitting on one, you're holding more than money. You're holding a slice of history that only a handful of people will ever touch. So here's your moment. Check your collections, search those drawers, and dig through your old jars. Because if you have the 1974 Australian 2-cent coin, the one with the right shine, the right error, or the right story, you're already rich. The world just hasn't caught up to your fortune yet. Guard it, treasure it, and when the time is right, let it unlock a future beyond your wildest dreams. 5 among the forgotten coins of time, buried in jars, drawers, and dusty collections. One copper gem stands out. The 1976 Australian 2-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II. What appears to be an ordinary piece of currency to most could, in fact, be a hidden millionaire maker. This unassuming coin holds a mystery and a legacy so powerful that if you own the right one, it could transform your life overnight, taking you from average to astonishingly rich in a heartbeat. A tiny disc of bronze, yes, but within it, the power of millions of dollars rests quietly. 1976 was a year of transition and subtle changes in Australian minting. Though not widely publicized, only a specific number of 2-cent coins were minted that year, and among them, a select few were struck with rare, unintentional variations. These errors, whether double strikes, clipped edges, die cracks, or proof-like finishes, have made certain 1976 2-cent coins ultra-valuable in private collector markets. There are stories of a few unique coins from this year that never reached general circulation, meant possibly for internal testing or presentation sets, giving them a mythical aura. The coin's design itself carries powerful symbolism. On one side, Queen Elizabeth II, regal and composed, marks a historical anchor of the Commonwealth. On the reverse, the bold, frill-necked lizard, captured mid-motion in fierce detail, represents Australia's raw, untamed spirit. Designed by Stuart Devlin, this creature of survival and adaptability is more than decoration, it's a national icon. If your 1976 coin bears unusual features, sharper lines, a different shade of bronze, or a flawless finish, you may be looking at something more than rare. You may be looking at a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. What separates a valuable coin from a common one is condition and uniqueness. If your 1976 2-cent coin is in uncirculated or mint state, untouched by time or wear, its value multiplies dramatically. If it carries a rare minting flaw or production irregularity, the price skyrockets even further. In today's passionate collector market, rare specimens like this are known to be valued in the millions, especially when they're one-of-a-kind. Private collectors and auction houses silently compete for such pieces, not for investment only, but for prestige, pride, and the thrill of owning the impossible. Yet, most people who own this coin don't realize its potential. They toss it aside, unaware that it could be the answer to every financial dream. You could be one of those rare few holding a coin that collectors crave, a relic that's quietly aging in a drawer, waiting for its moment to change history. Imagine what one rare error or an uncirculated 1976 coin could do. Pay off debt, buy a mansion, build generational wealth. All from a piece of bronze the size of your fingertip. Identify if your coin is the hidden treasure. Examine it with care. Look for flawless surfaces, unusual textures, misalignments, extra ridges, or unexpected shine. Any deviation from the standard strike could be your clue. The queen's portrait might be slightly off-center, or the lizard might show signs of doubling. These are not flaws to dismiss. These are the golden keys to your fortune. Even coins with a smoother, richer copper tone can signal a rare mint batch, especially from a year like 1976 when minor variations slipped past unnoticed. Your next step is critical. Don't sell this coin to just anyone. Don't rush to a pawn, shop, or market stall. Consult a certified numismatist, a professional with the experience to identify its true value. A proper evaluation could reveal that your coin is worth not just thousands, but millions. And once it's authenticated, you'll realize that this simple, forgotten coin has the power to open doors you never thought possible. One coin, one discovery, one twist of fate, and your entire world can change. Check your jars. Dig through those old coin boxes. Because if you find a 1976 Australian 2-cent coin with the right traits, you're not just holding a piece of history. You're holding a billion-dollar legacy in disguise. Guard it. Treasure it. Let it shine. Your copper miracle might just be waiting to make your fortune real. 6. In the vast world of coin collecting, there are legends. Coins so rare, so mysterious, and so unexpectedly valuable that they defy logic. The 1981 Australian 2-cent coin, bearing the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, is one of those legendary pieces. What looks like an ordinary, forgotten bronze coin can actually be a life-altering treasure, a key that unlocks unimaginable fortune. If you happen to own the right 1981 specimen, it may not just be a collectible. It could be your personal billionaire breakthrough, hidden in your pocket or drawer. Why is the 1981 issue so rare and powerful? That year, Australia experienced an unusual twist in its coin production. Some 2-cent coins were minted not only in Australia, but also in Canada and Wales, due to increased demand. These foreign-minted coins often carry subtle variations, differences in die alignment, strike depth, metal finish, and even the Queen's detailing. A few of them emerged with extremely rare minting errors or high-definition proof-like qualities, turning them into ultra-scarce numismatic treasures. When these appear at auctions, they don't just attract attention. They ignite bidding wars in the millions. On the obverse, the 1981 coin features Queen Elizabeth II, calm and composed, a portrait of dignity in copper. On the reverse, the unmistakable frill-necked lizard, drawn by Stuart Devlin, erupts into view, aggressive, wild, and beautiful, capturing the very soul of Australia's fierce wilderness. The detail, the balance, the symbolism, it's more than a coin. It's a piece of Australian identity, struck in bronze. But what elevates it from common currency to millionaire material is the rare combination of flawless condition, foreign minting origin, and minting anomalies. Collectors and coin hunters alike are fixated on locating coins with errors, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and mirrored fields. Even a coin with unusual patina or copper toning from a different mint source can fetch tens of thousands. But if yours carries more than one of these traits, or is in a near-perfect, untouched state, you're not looking at thousands. You're looking at millions. And the truth is, many people own this coin without knowing they're holding something so rare, so powerful, that it could change the course of their life overnight. That it's not just about the rarity. It's about the story. The 1981 2-cent coin is from the final era of high-production bronze coins before the denomination was pulled from circulation in the 1990s. That gives it historical weight. Combine that with its production across multiple mints and the global fascination with Queen Elizabeth's early coinage, and this coin becomes a magnet for high-end collectors, royal memorabilia investors, and elite numismatists. Owning one is like having a slice of history that belongs in a private vault or museum. Now here's where your fortune may be sitting quietly. If you own a 1981 Australian 2-cent coin in uncirculated or mint state, untouched by wear or corrosion, your coin already commands strong value. But if it has a rare minting error, or if it can be traced to one of the foreign mints with distinct features, its value skyrockets to levels beyond imagination. Private collectors are known to offer over $1 million for these elusive variations. These are not ordinary purchases. They are quiet transactions that make headlines only in whispers. And yet, so many of these coins were unknowingly spent, lost, or overlooked. That's the tragedy and the hidden opportunity. Your everyday change jar might be holding the key to generational wealth, a coin that doesn't just shine with age but glows with destiny. If you've got this coin, even if it's just a suspicion, treat it like royalty. Protect it. Study it. Get it authenticated by a top-level coin expert. Because you may not just be the owner of a valuable coin. You may be the unseen billionaire in waiting. Just one decision away from unlocking your dream. So search now. Don't wait. That little copper disc marked 1981, carrying Queen Elizabeth and the iconic Australian lizard, might not just be a piece of currency. It could be your fortune disguised as spare change, and it's waiting for the right eyes to see it. Once verified, it has the power to change your life forever, a small coin with a story worth millions. A miracle hiding in bronze. 7 sitting quietly in forgotten drawers, old wallets, and dusty collections. The 1983 Australian 2-cent coin may look like nothing more than a dull piece of copper. But don't let appearances fool you, because this tiny coin has the power to unlock unimaginable wealth. For those who understand its secrets, the 1983 2-cent is more than just pocket change. It is a rare, hidden treasure that could make you a millionaire, even a billionaire, overnight. If you are lucky enough to have one of the rarest versions, do not sell it cheaply, because you could be holding a miracle in metal. In 1983, something extraordinary happened in the world of Australian minting. That year saw a dramatic drop in 2-cent coin production, and only a small number were officially released into circulation. It was one of the lowest mintages for the coin in the entire series. This scarcity alone adds immense value. But here's where the magic happens. A limited number of 1,983 coins emerged with rare errors and minting anomalies, the kind that collectors hunt for their entire lives. A double strike, a clipped edge, a misaligned die. These small imperfections can turn a simple coin into $1 million masterpiece. The design of the coin is already iconic. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II, regal and dignified, faces right. Her youthful image immortalized by the hands of designer Arnold Machin. On the reverse, the bold and proud frill-necked lizard, designed by Stuart Devlin, flares its impressive collar. This creature represents the fearless spirit of the Australian wilderness. When captured perfectly in bronze, or uniquely misstruck, the 1983 version becomes not just a coin, but a national symbol of value, rarity, and prestige. Now, imagine possessing a proof-like 1983 2-cent coin, struck with brilliant clarity, perfectly centered, never touched by human hands or circulated in public. These kinds of coins were never meant for everyday use. Some were struck in special batches for collectors, others were test strikes, and a few escaped into the world by accident. These are the coins that collectors and investors pay insane prices for, sometimes over $1 million in private sales and elite auctions. In flawless condition, with even the slightest error, your 1983 coin could be worth a fortune. And here's the truth that most people don't realize. These rare 1983 coins have vanished from public knowledge. People spent them without a second thought. Some were lost, melted, or thrown away, never knowing the gold mine they held in their hands. The few that survive are now buried deep in personal collections or hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the right eye and knowledge to discover them. If you have one, you may be holding a piece of history that's priceless in every sense. So how can you know if yours is the lucky one? Look for the signs. Is the coin uncirculated with a deep, mirror-like finish? Are there unusual patterns, slight doubling of numbers or letters, or edges that appear clipped or imperfect? Any of these could indicate a rare variant. Even a slightly different shade of copper could hint at a unique strike. These traits, when combined with the already rare 1983 date, skyrocket its value into the millions. That if you suspect you have the rare 1983 coin, don't rush to sell it. Get it professionally appraised by a respected numismatist. Make sure it is handled with gloves and kept in a safe, protected container. This isn't a coin to show around. It's a treasure to protect. Because if yours turns out to be one of the rarest known, you're not just the owner of a valuable object. You're the guardian of a legacy and a future fortune. So check your old coins today. That little 1983 2-cent piece you almost forgot might just be your hidden miracle, your silent path to a fortune beyond your wildest dreams. Treat it with care, and it might just reward you with a future that changes your life forever. From copper coin to